It's the Real Talk Show with R.S. Brown.
Oh, what you say now?
It's the Real Talk Show with R.S. Brown.
Man, I ain't got nothing but real talk for you.
It's the Real Talk Show with R.S. Brown.
Hold up, man, we got to start the show.
It's the Real Talk Show.
Well, hello and welcome to Real Talk with R.S. Brown. I am R.S. Brown. Listen, we're super excited to join you today. Listen, I'm still at home, but I think we're starting to see, some brighter days here. So we're still excited and just excited to be able to try to peep out a little bit, because sometimes I go outside and check out some things. But so listen, we got a great show. We're going to actually touch on the subject about the Ahmaud Arbery's case. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. And so there was a press conference in Burke County at the gravesite where he was buried at. Yeah, he was actually from Burke County, had ties right there in Burke County, and so they brought him back to Burke County so he can be buried and laid to rest there. So they had a press conference there with Representative Frazier, and so we're going to go to that press conference and check that out. And then also, we have Porch Talk TV. We got a candidate that's running for sheriff for Richmond County who's going to be on the show today. And then also, see, what else we got? We got some Brown wisdom for you and all right, right here on Real Talk with R.S. Brown.
It's the Real Talk Show with R.S. Brown. Real Talk Show.
Man, I need help.
Come on in. You're tired of getting messed up and you want to get shaped up so that you can level up. Come see Coach Neighbors at Tobacco Road Barbershop, 2587 Tobacco Road, Evansville, Georgia, 30815. Give me a call at 706-394-0617. Again, 706-394-0617. Come holler at me.
Put me in the game, coach.
It's the Real Talk Show with R.S. Brown. Real Talk Show.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to go to the press conference that was in Burke County for Ahmaud Arbery. And so we have Representative Frazier, the mayor of Waynesboro, Georgia, Greg Carswell. We had all that and more, and even his mother was on site. We have CNC Photography, Chris Carswell is going to be reporting that for us.
And at this time, I would like for our Mayor Greg Carswell, to come and give you his words of comfort.
Thank you, State Representative Gloria Frazier, and we just welcome you all here. We thank you so much for being here, and we just want to say that to the family, we're with you, to the community, we're with you, and this is something that I'm so appreciative that we're having today, because while it is a sad occasion, it is a time that we stand up, and the time that we say something, and the time that we do something. We have to make the changes. We're sad that this happened, but it is a time that we stand up and say we have got to stop it now. It can happen no more. And I'm standing here in support of the House bill and Representative Frazier and all those who stand. Let's make a change. It is a sad occasion, but it's a time where we can make a change and we can make something happen. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor. I stand here today in this graveyard to remember the life of our Burke County native, Mr. Ahmaud Arbery. Mr. Arbery's life was cut short way too soon on February 23rd, 2020, by the barrel of a shotgun from two men that hunted him down and killed him in the street because of the color of his skin. I'm also standing here today in this graveyard to bring you awareness to House Bill 426, the hate crime bill. As your state representative, I was proud to support and vote yes to House Bill 426 last legislative session. House Bill 426 is currently in the Georgia Senate. The hate crime bill provides that a defendant is subject to enhanced criminal penalties if the defendant chooses their victim based on victim's race, color, religion, national origin, sexual orientation, gender, mental disability, or physical disability. The effect of HB 426 is allowed for seamless adjudication of horrible crimes that are motivated by hate, from arrest to prosecution to sentencing. And this is what happened with Ahmaud. It was a case of motivated hate. And we cannot have this anymore. Today, I'm asking that the Lieutenant Governor, Jeff Duncan, and Senate Judiciary Chairman Jesse Stone to allow the hate crime bill to come to the floor of the Senate for a vote when the Georgia General Assembly reconvene on June 11th. The passage of HB 426, the hate crime bill, would allow citizens to feel safe knowing that the state of Georgia does not tolerate or accept behavior rooted in hate. My friends and neighbors that are here today in Waynesboro, Georgia, and throughout Burke County, we must band together to keep our fight and keep our communities free from hate and violence that accompanies it. We can no longer allow hate crimes to prematurely end the lives of our friends and neighbors like our Burke County native Ahmaud Arbery. Therefore, I'm asking you, all of you here that are here today, friends and neighbors, please call and email Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan and Senate Judiciary Chairman Jesse Stone today to request that HB 426, the hate crime bill, be brought to the floor of the Senate for a vote when we reconvene on June 11th at the Georgia General Assembly. I want to give you the phone numbers and the email address. Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan's office telephone number is 404-656-5030. His email is jeffduncans at lieutenantgovernor.ltgov.ga.gov. Chairman Jesse Stone, who represents Burke County, who is your senator here. His office telephone number is 404-463-1314. His email address is jessestone, jesse.stone@senate.ga.gov. Hate crime can no longer be tolerated in Georgia. Now, on June 11, 2020, the Georgia General Assembly will reconvene to take up the 2020 state budget. On June 11, I would like to make this announcement to the Cooper family, to Miss Ella Cooper, to the family members that are here. I spoke with Miss Wanda last evening, and I spoke with one of the signers on H.R. 426, the Dean of the House, Representative Calvin Smyrie from Columbus, Georgia. And we are requesting, when we return on June 11th and vote on this hate crime bill, that we rename this Georgia hate crime bill to the Ahmaud Arbery hate crime bill. I want to thank you all for coming. As we speak, there are releases from the Speaker of the House. Speaker Ralston just released this morning that when we return on June 11th, that he wants swift action in passing HB 426 with no amendments. So we are on our way, ladies and gentlemen. There will be no more Ahmaud Arbery's deaths. We will not tolerate any more of this. We have sat back too long and watched so many of our young black men be murdered down in the street. If you have hate in your heart, you need to find Jesus. But right now, as your state legislator, I will not tolerate it, and I am going back to vote yes again on that bill if it comes back. But right now, it got to get through the Senate. And once they vote it in the Senate, it's law. So thank you all again for coming out and being a part of this press conference, and we're going to move forward. So look for the passage of HB 426 on June 11th. Thank you all.
So, Miss Warner, we'd like to say first off, sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
And you know, you see everybody in the city, they supporting you, they supporting what's going on. So can you give us a little insight of the overall aspect, what you want to see done?
I would like all hands that were involved in the murder of Ahmaud to be prosecuted.
Okay. And with that in mind, what final thought would you like to leave with everyone?
I just wanted to tell everyone thank you. On behalf of the family, we're grateful for all the support, and we love them.
Thank you. So, Ms. Frazier, what was the significance of the story that brought attention to?
First of all, I'm a mother, and my heart went out to Miss Cooper and her entire family when we heard about this tragedy. And I really got angry because it happened in February, and we did not know about the injustices that were going on in Bronzeville that surrounded this case for Ahmaud and how he tragically died until that video was released. So, first of all, I'm a mother, and so that right there sparked me to do something on the legislative side that we need to do here together as a community.
Okay, you spoke on the bill of 426. Could you speak a little bit about that to explain to the people what it is all about?
House Bill 426 is the Georgia hate crime bill. We introduced the bill in 2019. It went through the Georgia House of Representatives, overwhelmingly passed the House. Normally after it passes the House, it goes to the Senate, and then the Senate votes on it. It has to go through a committee process, and it was assigned to judiciary in the House Senate. And judiciary chairman is our very own Senator Jesse Stone. So it went to his committee, it was read twice, I believe, but it was never assigned to committee. And this is a bill that we could have passed on March 8th, but Senator Stone never let it out of committee.
Okay, so now with the bill, that we're fighting for, what is the significance that you want to come out of this and everything that's going on?
I want us to know that as of today, with Mr. Ahmaud Arbery, this is the last hate crime that we're going to deal with. This bill, House Bill 426, will make stiffer, harsher penalties for folk that decide that they're going to take someone's life without just cause, if it's not protecting themselves. So this bill has harsher penalties, and this will also enable our law enforcement officers to make an arrest immediately. We do not have to go through the Department of Justice to get justice, because we will have our own hate crime bill. We are one of 4 states left in the nation that has not passed this bill. And now, because of not having a bill in place, we're having to ask the Department of Justice to make a ruling on whether to charge the 2 racists with this crime for murder.
It's the Real Talk Show with R.S. Brown. Real Talk Show.
Hey, AJ Habersham here. I'm the director for the Real Talk shows and also the master editor for Real Talk by R.S. Brown. Do you enjoy our show? Like us on Facebook with Real Talk at R.S. Brown. Have a favorite episode or miss the previous episodes? Watch all our past episodes on our YouTube channel labeled Real Talk with R.S. Brown. See you there.
Hey, it's R.S. Brown, and I'm wearing my course because seniors, I'm talking to you. That's right, the class of 2020. Now, I always knew that your year was going to be special, but I had no idea that it was going to be this special. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a virtual graduation on Real Talk with R.S. Brown TV show. Now, let me tell you what I need from you. I need your name, the school that you're graduating from, also the original date of your graduation, and what's next. college, career. I want to know it all because we're going to celebrate with you on Real Talk with R.S. Brown. Send it to realtalkwithyouth@gmail.com. That's realtalkwithyouth@gmail.com. Looking, I am looking forward to celebrating with you.
It's the Real Talk Show with R.S. Brown. Real Talk Show.
Well, we're going to go to a candidate that's running for Richmond County Sheriff's Office. Now, I must say, we do not endorse any candidate here on Real Talk with R.S. Brown, but we will give you the platform to say your piece. We do give you the platform to speak. So if you're a candidate out there and you want to come on the show, you can. We'll give you a couple minutes to talk and let us know about what you have going on. We have Randy Cluess, and he's running for Richmond County Sheriff's Office right here on Real Talk with R.S. Brown.
Hey, I'm Randy Cluess, candidate for Richmond County Sheriff. Over my last 17 plus years of law enforcement experience, working within the community and with our youth, I have found that an open door policy is very important. This allows anyone to have full access to come discuss any issues or concerns they may have, so that way we can try to come up with a positive resolution. While working with the youth over the last 4 years within the Richmond County school system, I have found that we need to focus on truancy, juvenile crime, and delinquent acts. So that's why I want to form a multi-agency juvenile task force. Also, we want to look at a SAL program, which is a Sheriff's Activities League. This will allow us to focus on mentoring and leadership, tutoring, as well as health and wellness. All these will allow us to focus on what's important, the youth, because they are our present and our future, and we need to invest in them. Lastly, our seniors. They are very important because they are the heart of the community and our guidance. This is very personal to me because my grandfather lived over an hour away, and I would call and check on him regularly every other day. But it came a time where I was unable to reach him for about 48 hours, and I took that road trip to go check on him. That turned out to be one of the longest hours I've ever driven because I did not know what was going on with my grandpa. Upon my arrival, I found him laying on the floor, and he had broke his hip. That's why I want to have this program started to where any senior citizen or individual with disability can volunteer, submit their information, and deputies will sporadically stop in and check on them. This is all for the people, for the sheriff's office, to support the community, because we will be a sheriff's office working for the people. Again, my name is Randy Cluess. I'm a candidate for Richmond County Sheriff. Feel free to check out my website at www.cluisforsheriff.com, and that's CLEWISFORSHERIFF. Thank you.
It's the Real Talk Show with R.S. Brown. Real Talk Show.
Hello and welcome to Porch Talk TV. I'm Renza Renee, and welcome to another great edition of Porch Talk. I have a special guest with me today. I call him voiceover to the stars, Mr. G. Keith Alexander. How are you today?
I'm okay, Renza. Hello there. How are you? It's so nice to have this opportunity to talk with you today.
Yes, I am so excited about this. You know, I've been waiting for a while because of both of our schedules. It's been kind of complicated to get you in, and just so happened we on this coronavirus issue, you know, but we're gonna get past this and we're gonna keep it moving, you know. So right. Yes. But again, I just thank you for actually being on the show, and you know that I call you voice over to the stars, and I just want to let people know some of the things that you actually do and how they will probably remember your voice. And one thing that sticks out to me is the United Negro College Fund, the voiceover that you do that. Mm-hmm.
I've been very fortunate to, I've worked with them since 1986. in one capacity or the other, either hosting their celebrity golf tournaments or tennis tournaments, or co-hosting the Lou Rawls Parade of Stars telethon when that used to come on here in New York. And now I've graduated to where I'm the announcer for all of their galas. We used to have them here in New York. They just moved to Washington, D.C. about 2 years ago. So I've been flying down to Washington to do the galas, which we just did the last one last month. And so I'm very happy to be associated with UNCF.
Yes, and I'm just so excited about the new things that you have coming up. But before we get to that, I remember hearing your voice on the Burger King commercial, as well as the Charmin tissue when the bears were brown. Is that correct?
That's correct. I was blessed to be able to do Burger King for about 8 years. It started out to be a $30 million account that I didn't get $30 million, but the advertising agency got from Burger King $30 million to do run all the commercials and all that stuff. So they selected me to be the voice of Burger King for 8 years, and that was quite wonderful. And then Charmin's, I grew up watching Mr. Whipple squeeze the Charmin. So one day when I went for an audition, they said, "Hey, we want you to be the voice for Charmin's bath tissue." So the bears were brown then, and I was the announcer.
Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. But you also were a radio personality, which they used to call them DJs back then. So tell me how that worked out for you and how you got started in that.
Well, I started out as a DJ because I used to buy my radio time at a brokered radio station. I'd buy 15 minutes worth of radio time, come on every Tuesday morning at 5:15, say hello, play 3 records and say goodbye at 5:30 a.m. So I took that cassette to when I heard that they were starting this new radio station in Harlem, which became WBLS, a very famous radio station. I took that demo and the guy hired me, and I started out as a gopher. I used to go for coffee, go for donuts, go for girls, whatever he wanted. And then he told me, well, look, whenever I take off, you're going to sit in for me. And that's how I got started in radio. And I've been on about 5 of the top radio stations here in New York. Now I'm starting my own radio network called Harlem America, and so it's been wonderful.
Yes, and I never got the opportunity to actually tell you how much I appreciate the fact that you actually assisted one of the artists that I used to work with. I reached out to you to give voiceover lessons to, and he has been doing great. He's done several different events. And so I just want to tell you thank you and tell you thank you for him, for standing in and actually Skyping with him and training him on how to use his voice properly when doing the voiceover. So I really appreciate that. So I would like to know a little bit more about the new network. So how is that going to benefit different people once your network is up and running?
Well, we're launching the network in order to give Black America and people who are entrepreneurs, celebrities, coaches, lawyers, doctors, business people, an opportunity to own their own radio show. So they would purchase their own radio show from me, much like what I did when I was starting out. I bought a radio show. And they'll be able to, they'll have 9 commercials in the show. So they'll be able to either sell the commercials to sponsors or use the commercials to promote their upcoming events or products or services. And it's also not just a radio network, but it's also a community. We have a community website that will showcase and promote Black culture. And then it's also a destination, because here in New York, where I am in Harlem, Harlem is one of the great destinations for visitors. We know that last year in New York, 61 million visitors came from overseas, and many of them came up to Harlem, taking the tours and looking at the culture and enjoying themselves. So Harlem America is the radio network, the community, and the destination. And that's what Harlem America is all about. And I'm going to have a show on Harlem America, which I'll be launching in the next couple of weeks.
Wow. Okay. Well, you know that I'm going to keep up with you. I'm going to bring you back on the show once the network is up, and we're going to talk more about it. I'm excited for you. And once again, I thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it.
I was looking forward to it, and I want to thank you for thinking of me.
Yes, sir. Listen, join me right back here for Porch Talk TV next week, where I will have another amazing guest. Tune in.
It's the Real Talk Show with R.S. Brown. Real Talk Show.
Hey, R.S. Brown right here, riding down the road a little bit. I'm just thinking, in Savannah, Georgia, just came from a graduation. Getting ready to check out this restaurant that tell me it's pretty good. And I was just thinking, this as we're riding down the road about winning. Some people, they always hope that they win and want to win all the time, and they're not sure if they're gonna win or not. And I want to come to you, dude. I want to tell you something. I want to share with you what's been on my mind. Winning is not an option; it's a habit. Winning is not an option; it's a habit. So while you're going on your days and everything, practice the habit of winning. I think you take 24 times to do something, and it becomes a habit. You should go ahead and knock your 24 in. Go ahead and get your 24 taken care of, because it's not an option, it's a habit. I'm in the habit of winning right now. As I'm down here in Savannah, getting ready to bring some real talk, a couple of business meetings, some graduations and all, we're gonna be winning today. Will you win today?
It's the Real Talk Show with R.S. Brown. Real Talk Show.
Well, hey, did you enjoy the show? I enjoyed it too. It was a little bit different today, and we want to keep it moving for you and sweet. Hey, listen, it's better as possible. Good is not good enough, so be in that zone of better. Hope you enjoyed that Brown Whistle. Listen, I'm just riding around town enjoying myself, so I wanted to bring you something, all right? Hey, listen, we love you guys. Stay safe, and if better is possible, good is not good enough, be in that zone of better. Don't just be great, but be the greatest. R.S. Brown here, and I got to go, so I'm signing off.